Hey, welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you and stuff. Hey, I haven't been on for a couple days. Haven't made videos. I might have had video posted, but I haven't made a video in a few days, or a couple days. One reason was because I had the pain clinic the other day, and when I go to the pain clinic, I can't make videos. So we'll just leave it at that. I would make funny videos if I was to make a video on that day. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I have several different things I want to talk about, but yeah, I want to talk about challenges and struggles and the things that happen in life and why. And sometimes what we should do. Not every time, but it's just some thoughts I'm having. Anyways, a lot of things happen to us, good and bad. And the good ones we don't question. But the bad ones we always have a why God. And there's nothing wrong with a why God moment. There's nothing wrong with a why God period of time, moment in your life. Because everybody kind of thinks that sometimes. Even the greats from the Bible had why God moments. And I'm not going to lie, I've had them too. And we've made a video similar to what I'm making right now. But why God is what we're thinking, even if we don't say it that way. I've learned that when people ask me why, to say I don't know. Because I don't. I believe that God thinks with an infinite mind and we have a finite mind. I don't think a finite mind can ever understand an infinite mind. So there's that. So even if He explained it to us, I don't know that we'd understand, But the old hymn song from a million years ago is "We'll understand it better by and by." Yeah, I think there'll come a day when it's explained to us to a certain extent, or we just understand. But right now, there's a lot of times a why God, and that's okay. But I was thinking about that, and I started thinking about the things that we why God about. Sometimes they're very legitimate. Sometimes they're more often than not, when I get the why God questions asked of me, it's because someone just died or someone's really sick and suffering, and they ask me why. Well, I don't know why. I know different things about people dying in the Bible, but still don't know why. I've learned to say I don't know. I mean, there's times when you do know and you don't say. Sometimes it's something that just the lifestyle a person was living led up to that. And you could say, well, that person was, ODing every other Friday, so it's not a really big surprise that they died from drug-related issues. And there's that. But it's other things too. I mean, there's so many reasons why people die. I mean, reasons as in what's wrong with them, not reasons as in we know why they died. Because good people die every day, and that was hard for me before, and it's still hard for me now, but it's easier because I've learned to say I don't know. I learned to say why God, but when He doesn't give me an answer, then okay, then I guess just I don't know, but I trust You. And that's really hard to say when you lose somebody that's really special to you, or when you something happens in your life that just destroys you. It's really hard if He doesn't give you the answer, or He doesn't give you the answer that you want. I think that's a legitimate thing. I mean, we all have questions. We all would like to have answers, but sometimes we don't get those answers, or we get answers that don't fully answer our question or whatever. Hate those. But or the trust me. Now, I trust God, but I would have chosen a different way to do things. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's how I come about. Is I do trust God. I do know that He knows. I know that He knows what He's doing, and I'm good with that. But I would have chosen a different way. And That's why I'm not God. That's why He's God and I am not. I've accepted that. I'm getting better with it every day as I get older, I guess. Or I guess just older in the faith, not necessarily older person. Because I'm so not old yet. I mean, I've still got like 10 years left. I mean, I've got some time left. I ain't gonna die, I'm just kidding. Ever. So, anyway, we don't always know. But in my journal this morning, I was writing about how I trust God very much. Absolutely, totally. His will, His way. Totally believe that. Totally will accept that. But sometimes I don't like the way it happened. That's not the way I would have chosen. You know, okay, God, but that's not the way I would have chosen. Not the way I would have done it. And that's why He's God. Because we probably would mess it all up. So, there's that. And then there's things that happen to us that are meant for us to react or respond, I should say. Some things that happen, and like for example, recently a friend of mine's son died, and he said something really profound to me, and we kind of discussed it a little bit about how he was learning so much just in the few days since his son was gone. He was learning so much, and he was saying some stuff about that, and probably private, so I'm not going to say anything about that, but and I said what I usually say, which is that whoever died or whatever bad thing happened, if you don't get something out of it, that thing happened in vain. And like in his case, his son will have died in vain if people don't get something from it. If they don't, I'm not saying that we should all be praising the Lord because, yay, somebody died, now I can get stuff. I don't mean it like that. But oftentimes you learn who you are, you learn who they were, you learn, like the best thing I get out of things like that almost every time is to learn to love the people around you that much harder. Learn to, I don't let people get out of my sight, generally speaking, without me hugging them and saying bye. Without me hugging them, telling them I love them, and send them on their way. Because to me, I don't want the last time I had with that person to be a lame moment where I didn't say anything but see ya. I put a lot of time into loving people before I leave because I don't know if I'll ever see them again. I don't mean that in a bad, disturbing way, but we never know. So there's that part of me that I'm sharing with you that I feel like I need to love harder. I need to do things better every time someone dies, every time a bad thing happens. If I don't learn from it, then it was in vain. And I don't want anything horrible like that to happen without there being a good, some good coming out of it. Because otherwise, it's for no reason, it just happened, and that sucks, and you can't do anything about it, and you can't learn from it. You're just there. And I don't like that. I don't want to be that way, and I don't think any of us should be that way. And then there's things that we can do something about, that something bad happens and we need to respond. I think a lot of times the devil, evil, some of you would say fate, but I'll say the devil because that's the way I believe. I think a lot of times the devil just is really out to get us, and he'll do everything he can to make us miserable, to take us down. Not because he really hates us necessarily. He hates God, and therefore he hates us by proxy. And when he unleashes his hate on us and how much he hates God, that's why a lot of things happen to us that happen to us, because the devil hates us because he hates God. Not for anything. He wants to hurt God by destroying us. And that's my belief. That's what I feel. So there's times, though, when things happen that you want to respond with it. You want to respond to it. And, I say just put a stomp on it. That's something comes along that I couldn't necessarily do something about, but I can respond correctly. I'm going to stomp on it. I'm going to put a stomp on it because there's no way that's going to be okay. There's no way. I don't have to go down quietly. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down kicking and screaming because you are not getting me down without taking me down. And so, yeah, that's my advice today. That's my words for the day is that when those things come along that you can respond to in a positive way, put a stomp on it, man. Put a stomp on it because you don't have to take that.